right. Happy Monday. We'll start with a little meditation in a sitting position. If you're more comfortable to sit on your shins. Some people prefer sitting like this. Either way, find just a comfortable propped up sitting position. You can have your hands face down on your thighs or palms face up. Be long in the spine. Pull your belly button in. Gently close the eyes. As you close your eyes in the middle of the day, using this to calm down, step away from our thoughts, ground to the earth, and in the practice of yoga, just being present, fully aware of your body. Begin to lengthen the inhales and exhales. We'll use Ujjayi breath. So in and out of the nose, trying to make that deep ocean wave sound. If you can make that deep sound on the back of your throat and hold it with you through practice, it helps us stay aware of our breath. So I'm going to offer a very short meditation, and I'm going to read a little sentence, and you can read it back either out loud or you can say it in your head, or you can just listen. So repeat after me. I'm aware of the air flowing in and out of my nose. I am aware of the sensations in the chest. I am aware of the sensations in the abdomen. I am aware of sensations in the pelvis. I am aware of sensations in the legs. I am present. I am freedom. And I am. All right, we'll add some movement by starting with our neck. Take your neck in big circles, going slow. Letting your head be heavy, falling over to each shoulder. Then let the chin go down to the chest. And when your head goes back, open up through the throat. And then if you're not on your sit bones, we'll meet on our sit bones for a comfortable seated position for a little bit more neck stretches. So the first one, we'll drop the head behind us, get into the throat. You can bring your hands to the knees to kind of support you as you lean back, really opening up the throat and the chest. Let the head fall back. And then come back forward, straight with the spine. Grab opposite hands and knees. And then this time when you sink back, arch the spine, let your chest drop to the chin. Open up through the shoulder blades on your upper back. Pull the belly button in. And then we'll come back to center with a straight spine. We'll do a couple shoulder rolls, let the shoulders go up towards the ears, then land down your back. And then we'll finish out one more stretch on each side. Right ear goes to right elbow, or shoulder I mean, and left hand reaches out to the side. You can grab your right hand on left ear if you want to add some weight. Breathe through the left side of the neck all the way to the fingertips. Very gently, we'll switch sides. Let the left ear drop to left shoulder. Left hand reaches up towards the right ear. You can reach long through the right fingertips, feeling that stretch go down through the shoulder. Keep the arm engaged, core engaged. And release. Take any last little neck or shoulder rolls that you need. And then we're gonna roll over those knees and meet in our first tabletop. So take your time to get there. Meet in a stacked position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Take those cat-cows, warming up your spine with your own yoga practice. So inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, arch the spine, let the head hang heavy. One of my favorite poses to close my eyes. Listen to the spine. Use your breath. Using the breath here to even build some internal heat as you're moving through this body. Building heat in the core. Maybe swaying this hip side to side as well here. All right, find a neutral spine, and then we'll inhale our left or our right leg back to the back of the room, reaching energy through that right heel. And then we're gonna bring our knee to our right shoulder for 5. So keep both hands on the ground and left knee, just trying to get that knee to the right elbow or shoulder. Feeling those obliques working. It's kind of what we're doing in down dog, except for we're supported with the left knee right now. So last one, really crunch that side oblique when you're reaching that knee high, and then we'll drop right knee down to the left. This time, big inhale, left leg goes back, heel reaches to the back of the room. You're tall through the top of your head as well. And then exhale, try to bring your left knee to the left elbow or up to the shoulder. Your inhale takes it long. So this is that we use our side core so much, like in triangle pose, when we're moving through warrior poses. And this is those muscles. So last one, shoot that leg long, and then we'll tuck both toes, or drop left knee to right, tuck both toes. We'll meet in first down dog class. Lift the hips high to the sky. Let the gaze go back between the legs. And begin to pedal out your feet. Coming up onto the balls of the feet and then letting the heels lower. You can walk the dog, bending one knee and letting it drop across the body to the other side, straightening into one leg at a time. Keep using that breath. Strong foundation in down dog. Spread those fingers wide. Press that juicy part of your palm between the thumb and the pointer finger into the mat. And then we're going to walk our hands back to meet our feet and meet in ragdoll pose. So let your feet be hips width distance. Let your belly hang out on the thighs. Grab your elbows and we sway side to side. Ragdoll pose, releasing your low back. You can shake the head yes and shake the head no. You can straighten into one leg at a time if that feels okay in your body. Otherwise, just letting the low back release. All right, let the hands come to the floor, walk back to down dog. And then we'll go back to our knees for tabletop. We'll do thread the needle. So once you're in tabletop, inhale, right hand out to the sky. And then exhale, let the right hand go under left, all the way reaching to the left side of the room. Let the arm come down to the mat and your head. Open up the back of the right shoulder. Keep the hips high. Press the left hand into the mat, kind of in front of your face to help push and roll over the right shoulder. Yogi's choice to raise the inside leg, taking this to a balancing pose. And then slowly we come out of it, meeting in tabletop. When the right hand meets the mat, take a moment to pause and find symmetry, and then inhale, left hand opens to the left. Exhale, let the hands swing over to the right as far as you can, rolling over that left shoulder. Pulling the shoulder blades apart. Keep pulling your belly button up and in. Let your head be comfortable. And Yogi's choice to lift the right leg this time for a balancing pose. Let inside leg. And then we'll drop the knee and come out, meeting in tabletop. All right, tabletop, back to down dog. So tuck both toes. Try to go really slow here. Try and see how slow you can go to lift those hips. As you're pressing the hips high to the sky, you're also pressing them back. Once you get those hips really high, then begin to straighten into the legs, settling the heels down towards the mat. So you're nice and long through the spine. And then we'll take our left foot, move it an inch more to the center line of the mat for balance. And inhale, right leg high to the sky. Take some hip circles here. Open the hip both directions. Stretching out the back of that left leg. Try to keep your shoulders square to the mat still. And then we'll straighten into the right leg, and with an exhale, knee to chest, plant the foot between the hands, lower down, low lunge. Left knee to the mat. You can untuck the left foot, let the top of the foot press into the mat, and then take your variation of low lunge. We'll hold it for a little bit here. So settling into this stretch in the front of the left leg. You can grab that block to lift your chest or press the hands into the knee, the right knee. Sorry about that. Inhales, find length in the spine, and then exhales, let the shoulders melt down the back, release tension out of that hip. Next, exhale, send those hips to the left heel, straighten into that front leg, half splits. If full splits is in your practice, feel free to take it. Otherwise, we wiggle that right heel forward on the mat a little bit, trying to keep the hips stacked over left knee. Another great pose to inhale, find length, breathe into the spine, fill up the chest. And then when you exhale, you hinge at the hips, forward fold over that right leg. Just using that breath to guide you into the stretches, warming up the back of the right leg. All right, next time we inhale, come forward. We'll meet in high lunge. So lift that back knee off the mat. Sweep the hands forward. Deep bend in the front knee. Feel that left hip flexor still opening. So deeper bend in the front knee. We're stretching the hip flexor, building strength in the legs. Tuck that tailbone down to the earth. And then exhale, plant the hands around the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. You can take it through your first chaturanga here, or skip it and meet in down dog. Chaturanga Vinyasa. So inhaling to up dog, and then exhaling down dog. Nice big breath here. Finding that down dog foundation. And then maybe move that right foot in about an inch closer to the center line of the mat for stability. Inhale, left leg goes high to the sky. Take those hip circles, bending at the knee and taking circles in both directions. Trying to open up as much as you can or as much as feels comfortable. Maybe noticing one hip more open than the other. Again, try to keep those shoulders square to the mat. All right, let the left leg go long behind you. And then as you exhale, knee to chest, drop the foot in between the hands. So this is that ab workout part right here where you're lifting the knee as high as you can. And then drop the foot between the hands. Let your back knee drop, low lunge. This time we breathe into the front of the right hip. So take your low lunge with either hands on the mat or pressing up. I like to press into my front knee or put a prop under my other hand. There shouldn't be any pain in either knee. So the knee that's on the mat, sometimes people will put a blanket. All right, use your exhale to send the hips back. Moving into the backside of that left leg. Walk the heel forward for half splits. If full splits is in your practice, feel free to take it here. Otherwise, we inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg. Flex the left toes towards your face. Get into the calf. Especially for those of us who've been going on walks around the neighborhood more. I feel that my calves have been a lot tighter. All right, when you come forward, we inhale all the way to high lunge. Try to keep a really deep front bend in that front knee. Lift the back knee off the mat, sweep the hands forward. High lunge. If your back knee is close to the mat, think about lifting it up and into the quad. Settle the shoulders down the back. And then exhale, plant the hands around the left foot this time. Take it through Vinyasa or skip it, down dog. Exhaling through Chaturanga. Inhale, nice big up dog, shoulders out of the ears, thighs off the mat. Exhale, send the hips high to the sky. Look at the space between the hands on the bottom of your next exhale. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Try to keep those hips high if you're tippy-toeing. And then when you get there, inhale, half lift. Shine the heart forward, straight through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Bring those hands overhead. And then exhale, hands through heart center, down by the side. Next inhale, hands come back overhead, fingertips to touch. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine with the chest. Exhale, plant the hands. Let that same exhale lower you through Chaturanga. Keep those elbows close to the body. You inhale up dog, try to keep the thighs off the mat. Exhale, curl over those toes, send the hips high to the sky. At any time we need back and down dog, this is a good time to take an open mouth exhale, release some heat. Otherwise, we flow. So inhale, right leg goes high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, plant the foot. We'll come up warrior one this time. So back toes out at an angle. You're about heel to heel alignment here, or maybe your back foot heel is a little bit more to the left. My right heel is a little bit more to the right. So pull your right hip back into its socket, square those hips to the front of the room. We're going to exhale, release the hands, grab them behind you, either hands or elbows. Feel that chest open up, maybe the chin lifts. Exhale, humble your warrior. Let the chest drop to the inside of that right leg. Strong through those feet, so if you feel like you need to readjust them, do so. And then pull those hands overhead. Let the head hang heavy, no tension in the neck. You can even shake out the head a little bit. Keep that right hip from popping out to the side, so you still have warrior one legs. Pull the belly button up and in. And then we'll release the hands to the floor, straighten into the front leg for pyramid pose. You might adjust the feet a little bit. Maybe your back toes go a little bit pointed towards forward. Inhale to find lengthen. Exhale, pyramid pose. Fold over that right leg. All right, we're gonna pop up to standing splits. So you'll keep that right leg straight, walk the back toes in, and then let them pop off the floor. Reach your left foot to the sky. Let your head hang towards the top of the right foot. And then keep those hips square to the floor still. So if you need to bring your big toe on the left foot in towards the center line of your body a little bit, keep those hips square. Challenge your balance, lift one hand off the mat at a time. All right, really strong through that right leg. We meet in warrior three. You raise your chest and you lower that left leg at the same time. Now you look like a capital T from the side, looking at you. Long through the crown of the head and through the left heel. Strong through that right leg. Yogi's choice for the hands. You can bring them to heart center. And then we'll very slowly drop that back leg, meeting in a wide-legged forward fold. So drop the left foot as far back as you can. Your right toes curl to the center. Pigeon toe those feet. Inhale to find length in the spine, and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. You can do that a couple more times if it feels good. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Every time getting a little deeper to the stretch. Feel the back of both legs opening up. And you can kind of rock the weight into the balls of the feet in wide-legged forward fold. Playing with that balance. Maybe your heels lift off the floor a little bit, just seeing what that would feel like to move the weight forward. What it does is it preps you for like a handstand, because you'll feel the sensation of having the weight of your hips kind of coming to over your shoulders. All right, we'll walk the hands back towards the front of your mat, frame that right foot. Plant those hands real sturdy, step the right foot back to meet the left. Take it through Vinyasa over in down dog. You can always skip the chaturanga and the up dog and go right to down dog. You can add a child's pose. Just making it your practice. Maybe taking an open mouth exhale here, let it out. And then inhale, left leg goes high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, use that core, then drop the foot. We'll open up warrior one. Sweep those hands forward. Let the back toes be out at an angle, front toes forward. First thing I like to do is pull this left hip back into its socket so your two hip bones are square to the front of the room. Let the shoulders be out of the ears. And then exhale, let the hands fall behind you, taking that grip that feels best in your body. As you open the shoulders, pulling them back, feel the chest open as well. And then exhale, humble your warrior. Come to the inside of the left thigh this time. Find that nice, stable stance with the feet. So that's where our foundation starts. So if you need to readjust the feet, feel free. Pull the belly button up and in, let the head hang heavy. Sometimes you can shake out the neck here. Strong warrior one legs. And then we release the hands to the mat, straightening the front leg to pyramid pose. So you might have to bring the back foot in a little closer for pyramid pose. We have a shorter stance. Inhale to find length in the spine. Exhale, fold over the left leg, pyramid pose. Breathe into the back of the left leg. Let the head come towards your shin. All right, we kick up to standing splits. Left foot grounds, right foot reaches as high to the sky as you can. but keeping that right toe turning in towards the midline. Keep those hips square to the floor. Let your top of your head try and reach towards the left foot. Maybe take one hand off the mat at a time, coming to the back of your calf. And then bring those hands to heart center. We go to warrior three. So really grounding through that left foot, chest lifts, and then right leg lowers. Be long and strong here. Keep those hips square to the floor. And then we drop that back foot, the right foot as far back as we can, coming to that wide-legged forward fold, so you'll turn both toes to pigeon. When you're ready, inhale, find length in the spine. Nice and tall. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Second, wide-legged forward fold. Let the hands come to the mat whenever they're ready to drop. You can walk the hands underneath you, gripping onto the floor to help pull your head towards the mat. Keep that belly button pulling up and in. Maybe playing with that balance, rolling the weight to the balls of the toes or the balls of the feet. Yeah, nice. All right, walk your hands back towards the left foot or the front of the mat, framing the left foot. Plant those hands under the shoulders. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Keep those triceps into the body. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, bend the knees, bottom of the next exhale, walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing, hands overhead, fingertips to touch. Exhale, hands through heart center, down by the side. Next inhale, bring those hands back overhead, gathering some energy, feeling light. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward, use your breath. Exhale all the way through chaturanga. So one exhale lowers you, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, we'll meet in down dog. Now we're gonna drop to our knees and we're gonna do a little quad stretch. I wanna prep us for a pose here. So come down onto, actually we'll come to tabletop and then we'll move over to the left side first. So ground the left hand into the mat and take your left shin 45 degrees over on your mat. We're gonna come up, grabbing the right foot with the right hand. And when you're ready, an inhale, we'll kick the foot into the hand, press the hips forward, open the shoulders, so that right shoulder, open that right quad. Balancing on the left side, gaze is wherever's comfortable. Feel the back arching. And release. Come down to that tabletop. We're just gonna switch sides here. So same thing, other side. Grounding through the right hand, right shin. Take that right leg out to the side a little bit. Better angle to balance. Reach up, grab left foot with left hand, and then use your breath and inhale. Pushes the hips forward, kicks the foot into the hand. Feel the front of the shoulder open, everything opening. Nice, return to tabletop, and then we'll go to a child's pose. So that's a little counter pose to the back bend, so go sink those hips back, go slow, sink into the hips, maybe settle side to side. Let the forehead come down, we won't be here long. All right, very slowly move through tabletop. We'll meet back in down dog. Bend the knees, gaze at the space between the hands. Take as many hops as you need to get to the front of the mat. Try to make it at like 3. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through center, down by the side. Grounding through both feet. We're gonna take dancer's pose, starting with right foot into the right hand. So ground through the left foot. And then you're gonna kick your right foot up to the side like you're taking just a quad stretch. So pull the glute towards, or your heel towards the glute, feel the quad opening here. And then inhale, left hand up by the arm, or arm up by the ear. Yep, so you're standing, you're feeling grounded through that left foot before we even think about going forward. So nice big inhale, find length. And then an exhale, let the chest drop forward, kick your right foot into that right hand as hard as you can, coming down to dancer's pose. So really the strength of this pose is in how hard you kick into the hand, because it lifts you. Lifting higher, taking weight off of the foot, keep reaching that left hand forward. Dancer's pose, beautiful job. One more breath. If you fall out of it, come back in. And release, right foot down to the floor. Maybe shake out the leg a little bit. Nice job. All right, we're gonna come back to center, grounding into the right foot this time. Kick that left foot into that quad stretch. You know where we're going. So first we open up the quad, really pulling the heel towards the glute, and then inhale, right arm up to the sky. Don't let the shoulder go up to the ear, so still let that shoulder be settled down the spine. Nice big inhale. Exhale, kick and lower the chest at the same time. Kick a little harder. Strong through that right foot. Arch the spine. Feel that left shoulder opening as well. We just came out of this stretch down on our knees. Keep kicking, keep reaching forward with the right hand. If you fall out of it, come back in. Strong with that breath. Nice job. Come out of it slowly. Maybe shake out the foot. I know I always feel it in my ankles. All right, meeting back in mountain pose. Let's get back down to the mat. Inhale those hands overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take through chaturanga and vinyasa, or meet me in plank pose, down dog. Open mouth, exhale when you get there. All right, inhale, right leg goes high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. This time we plant the foot, open up warrior 2. So cartwheel those hands. Left hand goes back, right hand reaches forward. Heel to heel alignment in warrior 2. Back toes out at an angle. Make sure you can see that big toe on the right side. We'll inhale, reach the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, let the shoulders go down the back. That's where we want them to stay. These next couple poses, keep your nice, strong warrior 2 legs. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow, right kneecap, left hand reaches up and over. Feel free to take a different variation if you like a bind and extended side angle, opening the shoulder. Using that core to keep your chest lifted. And then very slowly inhale all the way back to reverse warrior. Right hand up, left hand wraps around the low back where it reaches down the left leg. Reach the right hand towards the back side of the room. Exhale all the way to half moon. So go as slow as you can. Right foot lands in front of the right, or right hand lands in front of the right foot. Hop off that back foot, left hand go to the sky. Straighten into both legs. Keep reaching up with the chest. Maybe you come to the fingertips on the right hand, or you have a block under the right hand. And then very slowly, again, we're going to our third wide-legged forward fold. So let that foot go as far back on the mat as you can. You turn the toes to pigeon toes. When you get there, inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, third wide-legged forward fold. So we'll do 4 total. So now that we're in the second series, maybe you feel free to take a headstand, forearm stand. Or if you're in wide-legged forward fold, taking a new variation. So this time maybe if you want a shoulder stretch, you could bring the hands to clasp behind you. If you want to grab onto the outsides of the legs, pull your head closer to the floor. If your head's really far away from the floor or the mat, bring your feet a little farther apart. All right, nice job. If you're in a headstand, slowly come out of it when you're ready. We'll walk back to frame the front foot, take it through your vinyasa, or we'll meet in down dog. Maybe taking that open mouth exhale. All right, inhale, left leg goes high to the sky. Exhale, use that core to bring the knee as high as you can to the front of your mat. Plant the foot, cartwheel the hands open, warrior 2. Gaze over that left middle finger. Again, we'll inhale, lift the shoulders high to the sky, up to the ears. And then exhale, let the shoulders settle down the spine. Try to let them stay down there. Low ribs tucked in, deep bend in the front knee. You know where we're going. Try to keep those warrior 2 legs. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow, left knee. Right hand reaches up and over. Feel free to take a bind here to open the shoulders. And inhale, reverse warrior. Keep that front knee bent. Use your core to lift you. Left hand goes to the back of the room. Right hand reaches down the right leg or wraps around the low back. Breathe into the side of the rib cage. All right, your next exhale, that balancing pose, half moon with the left hand. So these transitions are where we do a lot of work. So try and go as slow and controlled as you can. Letting your left hand drop in front of the left foot. And then meeting in half moon, right hand to the sky, left foot to the back of the room. Flex the toes towards the face. You can come up onto the fingertips of the left hand, or you put a block or a prop under the hand. Keep the chest lifted. All right, we meet in our 4th and final wide-legged forward fold. Let the right foot go as far back as it can. We turn our toes into pigeon. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. All right, if you really want to get that inversion in, this is a great time. If you're not quite ready for an inversion, to lift the feet off the mat, this is a good pose to practice because you get that same sensation of having hips over shoulders. If you want your head to touch the mat, maybe try and wiggle those feet a little bit wider. And then if your head is touching the mat, but you're not doing an inversion, take those feet closer together. Nice job, nice job. Slowly come out of it. We'll come back to framing that left foot. Front of your mat, plant those hands, take it through. One of our last vinyasas, and me in down dog. We're gonna stretch it out. So move at your own pace, really let the breath guide you. Settling into one of our last down dogs. We're gonna come to pigeon pose, so we'll start on the right side. Inhale, the leg goes up. Exhale, the knee lands behind the wrist. Try to get that shin as high to the front of the mat as you can. Let the left leg go long. First, walk the hands in towards the body to lift the chest. So this is an inhale. And then a nice big exhale lets you settle the chest down to the earth. Pigeon pose, so let's see, today we did thread the needle. So if you like thread the needle and it's in your practice, you can let the left hand go over to the right. Adds a little bit of a spinal twist to pigeon. It's more of an advanced pose. If you have any knee pain here, we won't do pigeon. Roll onto your backs, take a supine, figure 4. Otherwise, taking just a minute, we'll sit here for at least a minute, settle into the stretch. Settle back down to the earth. Noticing if at any point during practice you kind of came out of it, went back to your head, and then returning to that meditation that we did at the beginning of practice. Repeating that I am present, I am freedom, and I am. All right, push those hands back towards the body. Slowly come out of the right leg. Take a down dog or tabletop, whatever you want to transition from right leg to left leg. I like to go back to down dog, lift those hips high to the sky, maybe a little hip circle, and then plant the right foot. You can bring the left leg goes high to the sky, and then exhale. Let the knee drop behind the wrist. Let the right leg go long. First, we inhale, press the hands to the mat to lift the chest. Big inhale. Before you exhale, really settle into the stretch. Let the chest go down. Come onto one or both forearms. If thread the needles in your practice, the right arm would go over to the left. Adding that spinal twist, shoulder stretch. Again, no knee pain, so if that knee is bugging you, you feel like a tingling or a pinching, come out of it. All right, going slow out of this side as well. Lift the hands, or press the hands to lift the chest. We're gonna come to sitting on our shins. Come to sitting on our shins before we lay down on our bellies. So we're gonna do rabbit's pose. to get into the back that we've arched in dancer's pose. So you're gonna let that forehead fall to the mat in front of the knees. Cup your heels, really cup your heels, get a nice strong grip. And then you're gonna be pulling on the arms. So with an inhale, lift the hips as high as you can, feel that spine stretch. Try to keep the head down towards the mat, kind of pulling in towards the knees, arching the entire length of the spine, pulling on the heels. Keep lifting the hips. Pull the belly button up. And slowly release the hips down to the heels. And then we'll come down to our bellies. On the mat, let the legs go back. All right, we'll take a shoulder stretch, reach that right arm out to the right to start. Reaching through those fingertips, perpendicular from your mat, and then roll over the right shoulder. Pressing the left hand into the mat. Let the head come down to the mat. Maybe you have a blanket under your head or a block. I like to bend the top knee, press my right foot or my left foot into the mat behind, kind of where my right knee is. And then left hand stays on the mat. Option to have left hand on hip, or left hand reaches towards right hand. Keep that ujjayi breath. Breathe into the front of the right shoulder. All right, very slowly come back to center. Find a moment of stillness. Feel the right arm being stretched out. And then we'll come over to the left. So bring that left arm out, perpendicular. Same thing, rolling over. Feel the chest open. Feel the stretch go from the chest through the shoulder, down the front of the bicep to the fingertips. Let that head be comfortable, wherever the head lies. All right, slowly come back to center. On our belly, might as well do one last back stretch today. More like a back workout. We're gonna do bow pose 2 times. Because 1 time wouldn't be quite enough. So what you're gonna do is kick your heels towards your glutes, reach those hands back. So you should feel pretty open after doing dancer's pose today. So with an inhale, that same sensation where the harder you kick, the higher you'll lift. Your chest shines forward, your gaze is slightly lifted. Feel the nice natural arch of the spine as you're using those low back muscles to kick your hip feet a little bit higher. And relax everything down to the earth. Let the hands come to the side. Windshield wiper the feet side to side. Release the low back. We're only going to do it 1 more time. All right, come back to center. Bring those knees in so they're kind of like hip width distance. So your knees aren't out too wide. Grab the feet. Let your breath guide you. A really strong inhale lifts everything off the mat, trying to balance on those hip bones. Feel your shoulders opening, chest pulling forward, feet kicking up, gaze slightly lifted. Use your breath, keep kicking, and release. All right, from here we go really slow, we meet on our backs. So just roll onto your back, feel the low back muscles. When you get onto your spine, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side a little bit. Flattening the spine down on the mat. Try to keep the hip bones from lifting and also keep the back of the head, back of the neck, reaching for the mat. From here, we move to happy baby, grabbing the outsides of the feet or the insides of the feet, either one. Pull those knees towards the belly, really using the strength of the arms, or not towards the belly, towards the mat on the outside of your rib cage. Really use the strength of the arms to pull the knees, opening those hips and creating a ton of length in the spine. Tuck the chin down a little bit towards the chest. All right, from happy baby, we'll bring the knees back to center. We're gonna go to supine twist. So drop the knees over to the right to start. I like to lift my hips, bring them back towards the center of the mat. And then let the knees fall to the right. Maybe wrap your left leg around right leg. Wiggle those shoulder blades a little bit higher up the mat, creating length in the spine. Let the gaze go over to the right. Supine twist. I like to let my right hand come to left knee or thigh and press that leg down to add more twist, starting from those hips, reaching up through the neck. All right, slowly coming back to center. Bring those hips back to center, find some symmetry, let the spine be neutral. And then same thing other side. Bring those knees up to the chest again and then drop them over to the left. Wiggle those hips back towards the center line of the mat. Stacking right hip on top of left this time. Let the right leg wrap around the left. Cactus the right arm. Gaze goes right. All right, very slowly coming back to center. At this time, taking any last poses that you need. Listening to your body. Whatever it says needs to be stretched, felt, worked on. Give it some attention before we meet in our final pose of class, Shavasana. Could be any stretches at all. Keeping in mind that our low backs might be feeling it after today. So we'll meet in Shavasana, let the legs go long, toes roll out to the side. Long through the spine, let the chin come down towards the chest a little bit. Find length in the neck. Hands palm face up, down by your side. For the next few minutes, dedicating this time to yourself. You have nothing to do but be present on your mat. Welcome to Shavasana. So sorry. We'll invite some movement back into the body by wiggling the fingers and toes. Rock the head side to side. Feel the sensations move up the body into the core. Like you're waking back up. And then reach those hands overhead. Nice big stretch. Reach the toes down, fingers up. And then roll over onto your favorite side. Let your arm rest as a pillow. Right side for grounding, left side for energizing. And in this space particularly, remembering that we can take this peace that we've cultivated in ourselves off the mat with us to the other 23 hours of the day. Returning to it at any time. And then gently push yourself up. We'll meet in a comfortable cross-legged position, facing each other. Let the hands rest, palm face up on the knees. And softly close the eyes. Bring those hands overhead one last time. A big sweeping motion with the hands. Let the gaze go up, or eyes are closed but head lifts. And then exhale, hands prayer position, come down to your forehead. With awareness to our third eye center where we are all connected. Do your practice and all is coming. Namaste.